Labour Party vice presidential candidate Dati accuses Buhari government of having links with Boko Haram. Baba Ahmed said this on Channels TV on Friday night while noting that Nigerians should not listen to the APC about securing Nigeria after 8 years of abject insecurity in the country. The vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Senator Dati Baba Ahmed, has accused President Muhammadu Buhari and the APC-led government of having links with terrorists, especially the Boko Haram, troubling the country. The Labour Party presidential running mate said in 2023 the federal government of Nigeria invited a certain group into dialogue. That group nominated a highly placed Nigerian to represent them, no name called. Oh wow. In 2013. It took that individual about 3 days to repudiate, and then just a year later the same group attempted the life of that individual. Look at that very well. Here comes a group who promised the entire world that they would bring security to Nigeria. There were a few bombings that were deadly in Abuja, but the moment they relocated to Abuja, the bombing stopped. Hey, what is going on? These are really hefty accusations. Did you just hear what I just read? He said, here comes a group who promised the entire world they would bring security to Nigeria. There were a few bombings that were deadly in Abuja, but the moment they relocated to Abuja, the bombing stopped. Hey, what is going on? Again, very, very big accusations that are being thrown here. But would Nigerians agree or disagree? And this is where you put your opinion in the comment section below. And he states, the reason why we are not saying too much is because we know too much. Whoever knows too little is talking too much now. I had to pray my heart before telling what I just told you. Yeah, because these are really pretty big accusations. I mean, making it publicly known, especially as your vice presidential candidate. With Peter Obi, that is not even liked by that is not really the favorite, even by the politicians. Yes, we understand there's competition. Still, they don't have to fall in love with the man. But the thing is, you're making pretty hefty accusations against the present government, not just competition, but the present government. I just hope he would have his facts to back it up. Security is not the kind of thing you go around politicizing. Very true. We don't play politics with security. For the sake of the country, I'm willing to ally and partner with more than the Labour Party. But right now, why should I ever believe, not even listen to APC talking about how they will secure Nigeria when after 8 years, $90 billion borrowed and spent, Kuje prison is destroyed to a ruin. They don't know what they are talking about, or they think Nigerians don't know what they're doing. Either of those two possibilities makes total sense. I mean, this man has come in and is already applying pressure. I mean, he's applying more direct pressure, will I say, because with Peter Obi, just because he's supported and the support is so strong, that's the way in which he's applying pressure, not necessarily gunning for these people, as in shots fired, you can say, from this statement that Senator Yusuf Dati has stated. But again, there is no missing link in his reasoning. Why? Because he said that the bombings that would happen in Abuja would all of a sudden stop when they relocated. Why would that happen? Why would that happen? So again, when you think of things like this, and you think of, that may have some truth to it, then what do you say? What do you actually say? So we'll see what happens, because if these two apply too much pressure, it's not far-fetched to say that there may be some clash and there may be some conflict, very, very intense conflict of some kind. And I don't think Nigerians are truly ready for that. That would be a bit too much. Now let's look at the comment section below. So first, I'm sorry to say, if after all the happenings, killings and kidnappings in this country, we still went ahead and voted ABC back into power, then maybe we deserve all that is happening to us as a nation. That is true. Some people say the government reflects the kind of people that they lead, as much as we may not like to admit it, but it is very, very true. Because again, when you comply, it means that you silently agree in some context. Very soon, Baba's secret will be open. We have 8 months left. Why is he just speaking out now? Please, this guy should just focus on the task of looking for polling agents for their party. We've heard that before. You've heard it before. Now he's going to be vice president with the power, and he shouldn't still mention it. This is the time for him to mention it, because again, we keep mentioning these things, but those that are in power who can make the change seem to be deaf. So it's good that the people who have the capacity in the right positioning, they should be the one mentioning it. We shouldn't be the one just reminding and begging and pleading the government to take responsibility for what we employed them for in the first place to do. So yes. Looking at more of these comments right here, another individual here states, who lives in a glass house does not throw stones. The propaganda APC used to remove Jonathan from office will also be well redefined and be used against them. If we actually want to be sincere, insecurity became totally a mess and looks like a scam, more under the APC than under the PDP. May God answer the masses' prayer by allowing our votes count for us to choose a credible leader who can take us out of the mess we find ourselves as a nation. I cannot even believe, just even going back, we borrowed $90 billion. We borrowed. And we have countries that their exports are 300 billion. And I think from what Peter Obi said, our net exports, I think it's under around like 20 million or so. So if we're gonna borrow this kind, we should be yielding, we should be yielding a big, our pockets should be, flourishing, and we can invest with those, but we're not. How anybody is not worried or panicking, I don't know. I really don't know. But I think it's just been a few hours he's been announced and he's applying pressure. It's good, but we also need to be careful and they've got to be strategic. So, I don't doubt that they're not strategic. I mean, the game requires it to be strategic, but he also states that he's not talking too much now because they know too much, So I guess in that regard, it's also safe to say that, this person plans to be strategic. So, we don't doubt that whoever Peter Obi is going to choose and work with, which is this man, who happens to also be an educationist, would be strategic and would have an aim in mind. So it is what it is. Put what you guys think in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.